back. Good afternoon, good evening. Sorry, I started off with my mic there on mute. Welcome back to the Unifier Hour. Wherever you day, I did bring plenty I'll do to you, whether in the morning, Santem or net, where they tell everybody plenty I'll do. And so we get listeners across the globe, and we appreciate on our time, wait on they take for come, tune in for listen to the Unifier Hour. I want to encourage everybody where they on right now. Do ya the same link where you join, where you take for join we for listen. Do ya share them to your friends, share them to your friends of friends. Just post and make them a public post so that other people themselves go able can join in and listen to the Unifier Hour. We day on all social media platforms. We day on LinkedIn. We day on Facebook. We day on X. We day on Instagram. We day on WhatsApp. And we day on YouTube. In fact, if anybody want for call we directly, you can make a WhatsApp call using the number 232-75052-135. If you want to make a direct call anywhere in the diaspora, you can reach we at 1-778-732-2180. So welcome one more time. My name is Navalda Kaikai, and I am the host. Today we get a panel where they can join we for discuss we beloved Mama Salone. We know say this month, the month of April, now very special month for we as Sierra Leoneans, because now the month where we commemorate the independence of we beloved country. So Salone they turn 63 years from independence this year, April 27. And we go say happy birthday to Salone, to independent Salone. So yeah, today we focus could be Sierra Leone at 63. Make her introduce we panel guests them one by one. We get with we Naya, Mr. Usman Kamar. Mr. Usman Kamar, not a stranger to we. He can join we often enough. Mr. Usman, bring your greetings to the people.
Fambulem una KUSH, a greeting to all, and tell God thank you again for this day.
Okay. And we get somebody where una not meet yet to do this program, Mr. James Hallowell. Mr. James, I think you set your mic there on mute. You don't unmute now. Very well.
Okay. Fambulem una KUSH agladi for the Utuna, and God bless the Unifier for bring this program to Una and for involve with now.
Thank you. Well, Famble them, as usual, we're not a waste beaucoup time. We start off with some questions. Like I say, we want to focus on Salone at 63. You know, when you look Salone, you compare or you think about like the life of a person by age 63. You remember for retire, for take a break, for relax because you don't work hard, you don't store up for your retirement. Now for just smooth sailing all the way. So we can look Salone as a country where don't reach, age where we're supposed for the retire, age we're supposed for the take her easy because, all we resources and waiting the work for we and, it's time to retire and time to take a break and time to step back a little bit from the busyness of the rat race, as they can call them. So my first question to you, my panelists, is this. Waiting are some things there where we can genuinely celebrate as Sierra Leoneans this 63rd year of independence? I will ask Mr. Usman Kamara for go first. Go ahead, sir.
Well, you say what we can celebrate normally Independence Day?
No, I say waiting are some things then where we as Sierra Leoneans, regardless of timelines and waiting are some things there where we can genuinely look at and say, this is something Sierra Leoneans can celebrate because it's something we've accomplished, it's something we've done?
Well, first of all, we celebrate the independence away from the British, of course. April 27, 1961, Sierra Leone became an independent nation, and then transitioned to a Commonwealth nation. And of course, remember those years in the United States, JFK was the president, and he congratulates Sierra Leone for the independence. So we normally celebrate that freedom, that breaking away from the British colony and become an independent nation.
Okay. Are there any other things that you think as Sierra Leoneans we can truly look back and say, yes, this is something we can be proud of as a country independent from colonialism? We can celebrate this.
Well, actually, there's not much to write home about, but we can say we do have some good things. Like we said, there's always a silver lining in every dark cloud. So
Yes.
we look at the fact that although we've been troubled politically since independence, but in 1978 we have the one-party system in 1978, and also we believe that in 1985, of course, Samuel Timagai was the president during independence, and President Shaka Stevens take over. 1985, Shaka Stevens resigned, President J.S. Momoa took over. So there's not much to write home about. We've been troubled since then. I don't know if the good can say, the Pekin, then pull and Bobby quick, and the left with trouble. I don't know. But since independence, we've been troubled politically.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Usman Kamara. Mr. Hallowell, I pose the same question to you. Can you put your finger on anything that we as Sierra Leoneans can celebrate? This, saying that from the time of we release from colonialism, we have one or two things or three or four things that we can look back on and say, yes, we've accomplished this as a country.
Yes, a couple of things that we believe say we can celebrate as a country, irrespective of the fact that the things that we for celebrate for them lesser than we achievements, especially at 63. First, now look at the idea of or national cohesion. Since independence, we nations still don't do together. We get 13 or 16 districts, we get 4 regions, and then irrespective of we individual differences, political differences, yet we nations still hold together. We still live together, and we still not lost our identity. So yes, I can say national cohesion are one thing that we celebrate. Another thing we look at, we appreciative of we age at 63, and the fact say we get some peace and tranquility, irrespective of the fact that when you go under that peace there, you get a lot of things in the way shaky there. But let's face the fact, we remember from 1991 to 2001, we nation go through a debilitating war. We were there among the fragile states. But I think just recently, I mean, they read some news bulletin online. Now, at least we there among the peaceful. We rank among the peaceful in countries then, and we get I know I really remember we correct index again, but we rank pretty high when it comes to matter of peace. And then again, I think as a nation, for the mere fact that in the midst of we hardship, in the midst of the poverty, in the midst of a lot of things that were absent, yet look at the political situation. There has been some development, just as Brother Usman they talk on this. We are a democracy, and then we allow everybody to come up with your own view, for express them without we not trample upon the rights of others. So I think these are some key issues the way at 63 we celebrate. But we get core issues them also, core things them we really they at stake. We also the summer state to we celebration at 63.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hallowell. Indeed, Miss F one subscribe to waiting on two don't share. And I think say Mr. Miguel put her nicely where he say every cloud has a silver lining. So we don't focus on some of the silver lining there in our cloud. Let we look now at the cloud. Um, like again, each one of una express and say there's this widespread apathy towards celebrating independence, especially out in the diaspora. It may also be echoed in the homeland. Say we don't really have a reason to celebrate. We can mark the day, but mark and quietly, but we don't really have reasons to celebrate. Um, and this idea don't seem for gain even more traction more recently since the June 2023 elections. But in your opinion, what do you believe saying are some of the reasons for this seeming apathy toward celebrating our independence? And I'll go through the question first to Mr. Halloween and then Mr. Kamar.
Well, um, the apathy there, na the fact say, um, irrespective of the fact that, just as I said just now, we we get with challenges them as a nation. Um, you're thinking of poverty, you're thinking of economic development where now reach at a peak where everybody they expect. Huge issues of unemployment, um, social development again, we did bien. I think say all of them things here being put into a mix, they contribute to the apathy for this celebration. And if as a nation we sit down and reflect on USA we don't come out to USA we there at a moment, I guess maybe now time for a deep reflection and an opportunity for us to figure out the direction we want to take as a nation.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Kamar, same question to you.
I mean, if I break it down, right, from 1961 to 1971, na crisis stage. From 71 to 77, na post-crisis stage. From 77 to 91, na crisis phase. We all know what happened in 91. From 91 to 96, 1996, a conflict phase. We all live a conflict. From 96 to 99, a post-conflict stage. From 99 to May 10, 99, a conflict phase. We all, when tell the people that the dates the see, there's not much to write home about. All right, from 2000 to 2000 November, there's a conflict stage. From 2000 to 2005, there's post-conflict phase. And we all know what happened when APC be there on, and we all know what happened when SFP come on now. So for me, there's not much. We've been in trouble politically in Sierra Leone since independence. Like what I mentioned earlier, maybe they win the picking too quick. There are certain things where we really honestly not get corrected yet. If you look at Sierra Leone's history, there's always a conflict stage, there's always a crisis stage, there's always, something going on. Especially with leadership. We have problem with leadership. So again, for me, I love my country. I believe Sierra Leone is one of the best nations in the world. But since independent, we've been either in a conflict phase or we've been in a crisis phase, either post-crisis or post-conflict. And we all know the history.
All right, thank you. Well, I want to stay with that question day. Let me look at things in the economy, in the healthcare, education. Is there anything we can look back on and say, hey, let's celebrate this? Because me, I go school in a salon, and when I come out salon, travel go abroad for university, I was one of the top students, thanks to my education in Sierra Leone. I don't know if we can still say the same thing about the standard of education today, Nasalun. Mr. Kamar, I want you Rob Motpanda this more.
The standard of education at Sierra Leone today, I hate to say it, but it's deplorable. Deplorable in a sense from the kindergarten stage. Now they see a lot of private schools and all that stuff. Where would they go school? You see mission schools like the St. Edwards, and you see the Prince of Wales, the Methodist Boys High School, the Methodist Girls High School. You see the FSSG and the St. Joseph Convents. I mean, you get students coming up from there. Now they don't graduate, no jobs. There is no jobs. They don't have a place to go utilize that knowledge they've gained. And the education system is so bad. Really, it's sad. I mean, they talk with somebody, they say, well, more Pekin, they think, how many thousands of Pekin then take out of these exams recently? How many Pekin and then say you're not qualified for take the exam? And imagine, they will war on come, Pekin and don't jump in the bush for 10 years and not go to school. So they most of them end up become maybe rally boys or Okada riders or whatever. I don't know. Not to put down the Okada riders, but people that will not get trained. They not get trained for 10 years. And none of them fall to that because of the war. So they are a generation that was left untrained. There was no school, right? The 70s, there was no school, no college. We all remember that. And now we come the 90s, you get the war. And now we come the 2000s, you get political crisis. So for me, there is a silver lining, but if you look at the overall, we're still struggling. Peking graduates have no school fees. Look at this. Then they pay the average man 800, right? They get two Peking, they send at school. You go to the IPAM, you pay 7 million. Who's that part? They go pull out money for pay for school fee, 7 million. They have a lot of intelligent people out there who want to go to school, they don't get the money. So now look at the economy and look at all the effect of that. Because some people want to go to school, they don't have the money. 7 million per term, maybe 10 million, and then they pay the average person 800,000 leons. So, and then jobs now so forget big jobs, so go pay you 2, 3, 5 million or 10 million. And if you get two picking there, they all the college, who's that party or that mommy they pull that money for pay for their college fee. So in terms of education, we are not doing a good job. Okay? I don't care what people talk about, we got all this stuff happening, but don't look at the reality. Picking they graduate, they don't get money for go college. Picking they finish college, they don't get job for go work. So what's the use? There's no training school. They will not get technical schools anymore. We don't go teach Pekin carpentry, masonry, electrical work, mechanical work. We don't get that set up anymore.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kamara. Mr. Hallowell, you go Rob Motpanda this more.
Yes, just as you say, myself grab up in Sierra Leone, and I begin from primary school right through university. I go Miltimagai and Phoebe College. I finished Phoebe College in 2007. I graduate. The reality is it's true. Before the education system, I mean one we get quality because now in prepare we, and I come for appreciate my education system and my country at the time when I get the opportunity for can studying at the US. I do my masters now at the University of Notre Dame. And this is a very renowned institution. And for land is so challenging. You see, but because of the kind preparation when I get back home, at least that able help me for like I able immerse myself into the system and go through the entire coursework. But again, just as you say, compared to we own them to now, of course, it don't take a while since I left Sierra Leone. I learn say the education system don't go bien. I can see even when me and people, well, I beg let people not take offense, but I don't they go on Facebook, I don't they go on social media. I can see people in comments, and I can see some anomalies the way they make the doubt. Really waiting to happen because I remember we on time. You for sabi spelling, you for sabi write good English, and I remember in 2005 when I'm still in Sierra Leone for college. They invite me in Australia for we give a speech to taste now one fundraising event where Oxfam they organize. When I write the speech done, then I present her. One guy come meet me and I ask me, he said, "You wrote this?" Now I tell her, and I say yes. Now I say, "How?" That's what you need to know is I came from a country where if people speak bad English, they laugh at you. Everybody boss laugh. Because everybody admire how I'm able to write that speech and say I don't. Even though, yes, I mean, get markers. But now, I think things are different. Graduates in the Common College, they're not even able to write a sentence. They're not even able to write a policy memo. They're not even able to write good articles and where somebody go able to sit down and read and see themselves. And I see that they too, even in university, even with China for College, where some all we learned was this kind of about jargons. Until we move here, then we cannot see English language is not about good English is not about jargons. So that they tell you about the education system we get. And then over the years, we good at creating systems, but we're not good for monitoring them. And this all they affect the quality of education overall. And me, the police say, do ya, even as we self-defect, they advocate for let things and change and bring improvements in the education system at Sierra Leone. We get for make sure, say, one key area we'll get for focus on now monitoring, not only for just create the system and left hand, but we'll get for make sure, say, at the end of the day, we monitor and for see the aims or the goals and objectives of the education system where we want to see now that country be reflected at the end of the day. Now we get men of substance, women of substance. People who go team up and able to speak good English, people who go able to write good English, people who go able to read well. And I also I get a non-profit where they look at a way how we get for help the education system as well, especially with the reading. If you I don't know if you can reflect. When picking and they read, John is going to school. Mary is learning something today. Here, if you put Pekin, you get a book for it. This within the next 10 minutes, you don't know now. And then you know they happen to the education system. So that tells you the fault where the education system get the problem we get. So all of these things are things that we need for take into consideration the quality of reading, the quality of writing, even understanding the ability for read and able to give back out there what's and give for read. All of these things don't make your education system don't be at fault. And quality, they don't affect the quality of your education. So if we pay attention to some of these things, I think that will help with.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Agree with you because yes, when we go salon, like I say, when I travel for university, university not being too difficult for me. But yes, Mr. I can see some article there where when I read them, I know they understand what they say because I realize now because when I read the word, if they use the wrong spelling, like for instance, the two words THERE and THEIR, also not there. But if they use the wrong word in a sentence, are they understand them with the spelling where they use, and then I realize that the sentence don't make sense before I get to go back and realize, say, okay, no, they meant the other one. So yes, I completely agree with you. I want to move a little bit, but not too far. There's a general sentiment out there where Adoyeri expressed in several different ways, in social media, in conversations, that the two main political party them, now then people then feel say now the reason for the regression or retrogression of the country. Wetin go be una response to them people they are where they blame and wetin are the amount of blame where you go apportion or not apportion, and how much personal responsibility people then get for take for we country, whether not individuals or governments or leaders, how una go address this particular mindset. Mr. Kamar.
Well, Valda, in terms of the mindsets of the people, first of all, we as Sierra Leoneans get to understand, say, we the people of Sierra Leone. Now we elect the government of Sierra Leone, right? But the leaders of Sierra Leone don't make, like, say, the people of Sierra Leone are irrelevant. The people of Sierra Leone owns the government of Sierra Leone. So when the people then become irrelevant, the country is going, I don't understand. They have to make policies that support what the people want, not what just few leaders want, right? So the sentiment, they don't ingrain it in the brain of Sierra Leoneans so much so that, oh, now they'll get in power. Oh, now you put them in power. You have so much power because during elections, well, like example, the people's will is not represented. So when the people's will is not represented, so the people feel they are disenfranchised and they don't have a say in the way things run. Are we getting this clear? We
Yeah.
need to let the population know you are the boss. You are the one electing the government. But again, few in our government from independents will always suppress the people and let them feel like they don't have no rights or they don't have no say of how things should happen. And because I think it's because of the lack of education. It's because of the lack of education. Because if I'm getting these statistics right, 60% of Sierra Leoneans are illiterate. Okay, so when they are illiterate, they don't know how the government they operate, they don't know how bills they pay, they know how the economy they run. All they need is their basic necessities to live life. So they bully them. Most of the leaders that are coming, they are greedy, they are selfish, they bully the people, and they take advantage of the masses. My own thing, what that is going to say is, you can educate the people, but because of the lack of education, and I think that makes sometimes they don't want to do this education thing, let people learn in this country, better understand them right. Because when they are not educated, they don't know that they have a right to stand up and say, no, I put you there and I can take you out of there. You know, but again, the sentiment need to be changed. We need to educate to people we need, and the leaders the way they come need for stop for bullying with people teach with people let we self know say not to tell politics can no more. You go get them 2-3 cents and can't vote for you. Then when you're in power, you just subject them to cruel and unusual punishment. And the same one they wouldn't subject to that level, now the same one they got back the island and the street. Sometimes I can wonder, say, this is an oxymoron. It don't make sense. All man they cry say think younger. But at the same one then they got back, go elect the same people for go back there and rule them again. I don't understand.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kamara. Mr. Hallowell.
Yes, let's be fair here. As a nation, we got to hold ourselves responsible and accountable for the problems of Sierra Leone. And of course, we know say governments then can be in charge. We know say governments then responsible for provide overall supervision for education. But then at the end of the day, again, it all comes boil down to the issue of policies. The kind of education policies or development policies with both governments they craft.
Mm.
And not only for craft them policies they are, but for make sure they follow them through. They are implemented for benefits the ordinary Sierra Leonean people. But again, I work in civil society in Sierra Leone. I work in civil society from 1991 up to 2011. And I realized that we're good for right policies, but we are not good at following them. We're not good for make sure say them policies they reflect on the lives of we people. But I don't want to be too specific when it comes to holding people accountable. But realistically enough, here, and I do this with all of objectivity, the reality is, if I can reflect more from the Civil War, take on to the end of it, and take to the post-development period, we get for know say, especially with the basic education, where the under the Sababu Education Project, where the SLPP may craft. That was a very good document, but it may end up with a whole lot of anomalies. We may expect say that basic education, if we're not able to transform that country, they turn them around. But the current effect of the CISO, now the product of the basic, the Sababu education project, where the post-war government been designed for the country, and with the CIA, waiting at the dividend we yield very little. Instead, illiteracy rates don't go high. There's so much social and economic challenges in the country where the level of poverty don't high. And where in Sierra Leone, we get the common belief say, if we go school at least, now one way follow overcome poverty. Coming to the agenda for change, from 2007 to 2012, with the introduction of, or the addition of the SS4? SS4 1 year to secondary school education with the hope say let people spend more time and at least be able to achieve, let them able to be productive. We realize say that they self come with your effect, because the longer we the picking stay at school, at the end of the day there was not much. So again, I mean time for reflect. Now me an added year to secondary school and high school education at Sierra Leone we may need, or maybe now me for inject more resources, train teachers, improve infrastructure, improve the curriculum, now then things that we need, or rather than we get another added year. So now in a time follow we both reflect. But just as I say, both governments we get for learn for take responsibility. And until we accept, say, we don't make mistakes, and then sit down, think as to the direction we want to go, and make sure so we avoid the mistakes, and then we will move forward as a nation. But as people and they blame both governments, yes, I think government they don't know since independence to take to this time we try to talk, and we see a lot of things that will don't happen, and we look at them programs them how they impact the nation. So in that light, yes, both governments don't make mistakes, and then we will not go forget that. But the current government where they presently, I believe, say their own mistake a much more glaring past any other.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Let we stay with down there a little bit. Like they talk about education, they talk about how people then they feel like say the problem lies with the government. But Mr. Kamara been touched a little bit on not all government they place themselves in office. Now we the people there, they vote them in. And that means to say we the people there bear some responsibility for the way we country day, because now we choose we government. Let me talk a little bit about how choosing we government they can about the way the elections look like na salon, how voting look like na salon, na process where we can call free and fair, na process where we can say we trust, and that even after the votes are don't cast, the results where we the area are those results that we can say truly are the results of the people's vote casting. And I'll go through that question to you first, Mr. Hallowell, and then Mr. Kamara.
I can be very blunt with that. Law we call spade a spade. The democracy process in Sierra Leone, or the one we give the right for people and for vote, is problematic. And we just don't witness and during the June 23rd elections, where people that don't spend their time go vote. They don't take their time. And they don't vote, they vote for who that they want. But unfortunately, we're not able to get the real and truthful result to the elections. It becomes problematic. Even up to for release the correct information to the people of Sierra Leone for know as to who that win or who that no win. At the end of the day, waiting largely don't come out. Me they read from the international media was now the current government decide for stay in power whether they win or not. And that almost lead to serious tension in the country. I feel to say this exercise, electioneering exercise, where they give the ordinary man the right for go vote, now something we sacred, now sacred right, now we constitution. And not only now we constitution, but so we human rights. We get to make sure say when people they exercise their rights, not to think that no they take lightly. We get to take them with all amount of seriousness. But as you they say, really, the process na Sierra Leone, the electioneering process from the democracy, say cancel the electioneering process na Sierra Leone, as it is now, a riddle with frauds. It gets so many problems. And a clear one or a case in point, now what's happened to the June, is it the June and 23rd elections, where today we're not able to get a clear result and a clear picture. Up to the ballot counting, we still struggle to get a clear information as to who actually won the election. But the current president say, now he win the election. You know, so I just may believe say the election process we get to make sure say it be transparent. We get to make sure say every citizen in right for votes, nothing than the way we get for account for them. Not to everything for be kept in secrecy or be in a shroud just because we want some people for dinner power. No, we get to make sure say we be clear with the entire electioneering and democratic process necessarily. That will help for ensure say peace then at the country, stability then at the country, development day, and it will enhance people and participation. So I think so we get for watch down the right. I agree with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Kamar.
Well, Valda, me, I be don't talk am from the beginning. Say, Sierra Leone, there's not much to write home about. We are in a political trouble since independence. I don't know if the police picking up a bit too quick. 1961 parliamentary system introduced, 1962 forced elections, and since then, it's been tumultuous. Okay, so for me, what I have to say is, because of the people and culture, the way it's set up, and because of the lack of education, there are many factors where they affect the way things are run in this country. That bully tactics, that advantage. I don't understand we Sierra Leonean then. If na Governor Clarkson in prayer, they affect some of we leaders them or what? How can you, with your own conscience, say these are the Olam and I bully you and you need to do nothing about it? And they don't love each other. We Sierra Leonean, we are our own biggest enemies. Salomon, I go pull this Bible. I love my country. I dey do so much for this nation. I dey play my own position. In other words, like a soccer field, if me na right man, I dey na right wing. Where the ball come, I will not come. I wish all man can play their position. So where the ball can, I will not come. But I say this today. The example na like dog. A dog na a house, if fall the pass, dog no the back. Cow the pass, dog no the back. When you see another dog, na problem. It don't begin back. First don't come. Sierra Leonean, we not like we self. The greed and the barat and the jealousy and the hatred. Iboku. Salomon, when they meet up na job, it affect you. It go see Ghana man, it see Nigeria man, it support them. I see in company Salomon. First don't come. Alana don't come. Now for pull and don't know more now. For make it a fire, for make it get witness call. We need to change our attitude and we need to change with heart. We heart time bad. But Sierra Leonean, we dey pray to God. We dey pray let God help we. But this heart, if we not change with heart against we copy Sierra Leonean, I will lie like the Muslim they can say, we go still up at this trouble. Yeah, the problem that Sierra Leone at the heart of the people and the heart of the leaders. They don't get compassion, then greedy, there's corruption, there's hatred, they don't like themselves. I go back to this drug we don't can at this country. Hey, boy, why wanna go bring such things that this country wanna not say, wanna not provide education for the youth them, wanna not provide job them for the youth them. Now I can bring things them for kill them. You they kill the
Yes,
next generation.
indeed, Mr.
You
Kamar.
they kill the next generation of Sierra Leoneans.
I
Now
just want to redirect you from
wickedness and badat.
Mr. Kamar, I just want to redirect you small. With the countdown to that drug issue day, but I really want to make you speak to the elections process, the voting. How does that happen? How people and they make up their mind to cast their
Valda,
vote?
the people are not discouraged about this voting. The people are not discouraged. I talk to Boku people in a treat, and then little ghettos and places. I talk to people in higher education. They are discouraged because them vote not count. Then come out and go line up all day. Box not counted and 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, then go vote, they not count them. They ask now, say, last see me vote, they not show them. So it's like, why are we putting ourselves through this process? Democracy should be government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But what happened recently in this country? The people were disenfranchised and they were taken advantage of. The simple thing is show them waiting their vote. Show them. It's their human rights. But no, you know what? Una need to see them, and una this will make because we day front. If una come out, we go kill una. So the people are afraid. The people are scared, and they are not educated, most of them. So they said, last year, me host, eat me cool rest. Because me, I don't have to within a democracy. They not teach me in a school, I don't go school. You understand? So the process is they're taking advantage of the lack of education and they deliberately not educate the masses because they don't want to understand. They want to stay dumb. They want to stay. I get people who tell me, say, why are you coming here and helping the people understand their rights? Because they want to keep them so stupid that they can able to manipulate them and they're able to stand up for themselves. It is sad. But God, they watch. But again, we can pray and pray. Faith without action is dead. The people of Sierra Leone need to wise up and say, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm going to market, not to SPP APCO, at the same price, we all. We're going to school, not to SPP APCO, at the same price, we all. So the people in Gabon begin to get the reality. I don't know if how they don't manipulate people and for not understand the reality of the things. But then they complain. Now I could give example again. One man began one dog. The dog, he don't pan na the parent and a nail. But anytime this passerby they go, if they see the dog, they go, hung, 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 hung. Then one day stop. He said, wait, but why this dog they always grumble? Then the owner say, he don't pan nail. He said, well, why not the grab? He said, now where the nail not go inside and fine. He said, where the nail go inside, the grab. The nail just chook and more like grumble. A piece and so we come today right now. When the nail really go inside, the people of Sierra Leone go rise up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamar. Okay, let me move on a little bit. Me family, I just want to remind we focus on this particular broadcast now Sierra Leone at 63. We did look at the various reasons where we get for either celebrate or the idea we plenty other people that also get say we're not getting nothing for celebrate at 63. So my next question at this. Now, a fact say during the last governance of the APC, even Sierra Leone and they be look hopeful, then we look get something for look forward to, especially when it comes to we development. Then we get something for look forward to with respect to the path where we development we look to take. But today, evidence say that hope day is all but dashed. People that are not able to hold out hope in much in the country right now. How una go encourage people then? And I'll go through this to you first, Mr. Kamar. Yes, go ahead.
Valda, me, I encourage people them by playing my own position. Like I say, I want to encourage every Sierra Leonean. Waiting gift or talent God don't give you, do them wholeheartedly, let God get the glory. Play your own position. If not help, help. If not development, develop. No wait for government. Do your own little part. As God don't bless you, let you make improvement. And when you get your circle of influence, if not your family or your friends, where you get around them, play your position there and teach them and educate them and help them better understand their human rights, better understand what they do. If we all do that now with individual homes or with villages or with towns, and we really come out and help, because you know what, in government, now the people not government. And honestly, let we tell we leaders then the truth. But you can afford this. Me unable afford them. You know, is there any way I can do, let we all able afford them here? Like I say, the bread and butter issue. You know, rest from 250 to 1 million. About Sierra Leone, 8 million people. Why are we so greedy? Why are we so wicked against each other? Why are we pulling down? So me, I encourage you come in Sierra Leone them. I don't go able to do the masses, but me only do circle of influence. I dey talk to them. Whatever you can do for better this country, do them. Whatever you can do for better this country, do them. Maybe if we Boku do that, we'll go to change this nation. Yeah? And if we get around for speak truth to power, say it. Say it. Not we're not trying to bring any kind trouble, but let the truth be told. The country is stronger for the average man. 800 per month, not even buy one bag rice. And we lead them and they make millions. And the one that they thief, then they go for free. You go thief 1 million, then say bring 200, the 800 you keep her. Hey, bo, you know right, you know fair to the average man. So my own part, that for encourage my own circle of influence, do ya wise up. Wise up and do what you can do for help your own little circle. So when the ball kind of inside, you go able to kick him. Yeah? Let all man play in position. If not help, you able help. If not teach, you able teach. If not pray, you able pray. If not give, you able give.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kamara. Mr. Hallowell, I'll go through the same question at you, please.
Well, Mr. Kamara don't say quite a good number of the things they want me to say, but what thing I can add, you know, we there at 2 levels. The first level now, like policy wise, we people who are policy makers, then for able to learn from this situation within this country to go through, and then find way how to help them. Indeed, this like you say, during the APC time, I mean, there is quite a good number of reports on that the World Bank website, where Sierra Leone don't even become a middle income country.
Yeah.
And then we don't move a couple of steps up at the United Nations Human Development Index. You know, with the ushering of the new direction, they take it back to abyss. Yeah, and I mean, so appreciate where the APC may come up with that second PRSP and then the agenda for change. You know, that may clearly show you who's the country they want to go. And I'm proud of when the president left. I mean, there was a comprehensive report about the achievements of in government, which they don't do. I wish we unfortunately I know you know I not get a copy now, but I think I forget on my internet archive. I mean, really admire them because at least it shows you some progress, even though there still remains a huge work to be done. But the fact here there was some achievements in there, and we don't begin to see them, we don't begin to feel them. But with the ushering of the new dispensation, now like things just go back. People become so discouraged, so despondent, they don't even know what to do. It's no hope for them at this time. All we get for emerge, all waiting we come for Kanye throughout the past government and the current government in the past 4 years, coming to this the emergence of KUSH where you say we go cancel. And I feel to say now for sure you say hope not there for the people. Who say you see people in the sort to grow. But we on road now for continue for advocate for them. We on road now for look out for opportunities for them and make sure say that opportunities they are reach them. They on road now for make sure say they learn from this situation. Learn from this situation and make sure say they make wise decision when there is another opportunity to go back to the polls. Let them not make the past mistakes again. It don't become so dearly, it don't become so costly, and it don't impact them in many ways. I know, as I talked to you this morning, I received a video, an audio from somebody. I look, yes, you don't really know say there is no hope, and the person make a number of occasions in the repeater, how things are difficult, how the situation not bad. In fact, now today me no say one cup rest na Sierra Leone go to 6,000 leones. So it's more than $1 because 6,000 is more than $1. So if people, if rest don't go 6,000, they don't go beyond $1. How many people are not able to afford that? Expect the working and political class, and not even every member for the working class. Now, except the political class, now then go able to enjoy the opportunity. And it's completely unfair. I believe, say, we as a nation, we forget opportunities for all. We forget an economy where they thrive, where they help people for thrive and be other than one for be. Not so only a selected few with opportunities, while the rest then they live in abject poverty. I will say we therefore be very mindful of that. All of them things and they boil down together, now a recipe for chaos, disaster, instability, conflict. And we want to move away from that day. We want to move away from that day. So we go continue to advocate on behalf of the masses. But again, that's safe, then get a role for play. That when the time reach, not for just sit down and fall and fall fruit, go to the ballot box and they una power day and una make sure say una change every single thing. You know, let it day to una own benefit, let it day to una own advantage. Let the system become accountable to una and not only accountable to the politicians.
Okay. Mr. Hallowell, now something you mentioned where I just want to let you make sure say we audience go understand better. You mentioned say Sierra Leone we don't even reach a spot where we don't become a middle income economy. What do you mean by that?
Well, we don't move to almost like, is it, well, not really, but with the halfway economic independence. We're able to do certain things, if I can put on the Creole way.
Okay.
We're able to do certain things by we say like road construction and development, health-wise, we're able to address some of the issues and I believe so the report for the World Bank website.
Okay.
You know, but unfortunately, when the change of government came in, all of these things can drop. And I remember again when the former president in Cam, he kind of in school, I'm in there with him. And even when he give them report, even with the discovery of the oil wells, and then get the full belief and hope, say, they want to go continue for help for transform our economy and change the lives of the people. But as it is, no, I don't think say currently hope day. We don't go behind. We're not the way through like them middle income Asian countries and now. We totally did behind. We don't go back to the bottom of the Human Development Index report. And I don't see any good reports where don't come about the economy. Amidst all the huge amounts of donor aid, donor grants, where they go inside the country, we're still not able to make any impact with the economy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that clarification there. And not to just the aid where they go. Apparently, remittances, they form also a significant portion of the economy, and that's still not making much of an impact. Okay, I want to move on to this whole idea of KUSH, where seem folk just boss na Sierra Leone scene about 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. From within I understand when I do a little bit of reading online on various news sites there, and some form of cannabis where we can normally call jamba, but apparently KUSH is mixed with fentanyl. It's mixed with tramadol. It's mixed with formaldehyde. So fentanyl now something now a drug within the use now for counter drug overdoses. But it get insect impact because they completely remove the drug in your system. It just they lower the impact of the drugs on an individual. Tramadol, we all know, is an opioid, a very potent opioid. Formaldehyde. If you not been science student, me remember we me school lab been get plenty live specimens we've been preserved in formaldehyde. So we've been get an embryo with them being preserved in formaldehyde. We've been get snakes with them being preserved in formaldehyde. So formaldehyde now some chemical within they put live organic matter where they keep it not like embalming fluid, like where they embalm something for laying no thing. And some of the research where I do, some sources even claim say then the grain mortar bone for Adam, and all of these things together are what make up this drug that we know as KUSH. Um, we know say the government recently declared a state of emergency na parliament. Both we Attorney General and we Minister of Justice, they're all two can Parliament and can table and the well of Parliament. But my question is this to you is this: how this declaration of a state of emergency, um, how is that being met by the Sierra Leonean public, or by Sierra Leoneans in general? What's the general response to this? And I will start with you, Mr. Kamara.
Valda, Valda. This is a sad situation, this Kush. Now, wicked, evil, bad, greedy, corrupt people, we mean for prey on the weak, the already weak, and for make their life more comfortable while the others are dying. But waiting them fail for realize, Sierra Leone, we all now one people. We are connected. You might come on a Pujo or Makeni or Bombale, wherever, Kono, we are connected. We are 8 million people in this nation and we're all connected. So what you feel say you do this for somebody in your own picking, 10 chances to 1, your own farm will get to be affected. Now something will don't go bad at the hand. Not to free to no more, it is all over the country of Sierra Leone, even to we neighboring countries. This formaldehyde, what are they used for diamond? Who are the shipper of the country? Who is in charge of bringing that? The Ministry of Health. Those are drugs that the ordinary man that they get bring Canada Sierra Leone. So who are they in charge of then diamond waiting in Kolia? Who are they being Canada this country? Now look at the drugs when they talk about tramadol and fentanyl. Of course, the diamond bone, then they go with the poor people who don't die for grind them bone. But now we look back, who can we hold accountable? That state of emergency, now epidemic we get a drug epidemic in Sierra Leone. A state of emergency, there's a political motivation behind it. That's not the way to go. When you have a drug epidemic, you get rehabilitation centers. You have a drug task force to go after the importers, to go after the manufacturers, to go after the distributors. And then you get a rehabilitation centers to rehabilitate people. Not state of emergency. A state of emergency with this kind of government, God help us. God help us. What is the motive behind that? This is a medical crisis. This is a drug epidemic. We have to fight it through policies, task force, chasing the distributors, chasing the manufacturers, chasing the importers, and then get conscience as human beings. Build a rehabilitation center. Let's treat these kids. Let's treat these youth. Let's detox them. Let us help them. What kind of state of emergency you have to do with treating a drug overdose? What state of emergency you have to do with a rehabilitation center? So for me, in my own little knowledge when I get as a youth program specialist in the United States for 16 years, I help at-risk youth. I was part in my state helping, creating policies, helping these kids and supervising them and helping them, counseling them and rehabilitating them and changing their direction, what else to put in their head so they become responsible adults. There was no state of emergency. We have a task force. We went after the distributors, the manufacturers, and the importers, and then we get a residential setting for these kids and treat them and detox them and counsel them and pray for them and help them. These people are wicked. They're all about greed, for making life uncomfortable. Then people are picking at the diner treat. But the question is they swear. Let us swear return to them back. Because whatever you do to others, one day it come back to you. Now we future and they destroy so. The young people want to not give education. When they make the education system so expensive that they never pay. Instead, when they get frustrated, go give them KUSH back. For let them die now. Wickedness, evil, but God will sort them out.
Thank you, Mr. Kamara. Mr. Hallowell, same question to you, please.
The state of emergency, to me, I think say, now for tell you say, push don't come to shove. And where I feel to say the BO government acted too late. Because this problem it don't be before 2004. But 2004, it began come to light. Yeah, if you go now the CNN, what things they wouldn't give about KUSH. So throughout the last term of the last government, the issue of KUSH may only come up small. And I believe say as a government, we must not work too late. And this same thing don't happen. When you left then kind of emergencies they are on the floor until it don't become difficult for contain, you declare a state of emergency. You know they make much effect. We see how this thing they ruin people their lives every day. We see how it ruin the life of the future leaders them for Sierra Leone. We see how it only scatter families. Even myself, we see on there. I get a message a couple of days ago that me and small sister became doing the smoke KUSH. I mean, they ask for help. Where I just believe, say, I forgive that help. You know? So people are not take on with anything serious. But again, is it about how they receive the state of emergency? No. Now, waiting in on day now, we see the high levels of poverty. We see economic frustration, unemployment, youth unemployment. You know, no hope as to the future of the country. Make people then decide the only hope they can get is na KUSH. If there is hope, there are programs, there are policies for him to help young people, for redirect them, not only young people, but even some adults in the taker. I don't see videos of adults, people in the forces, then they under the influence of KUSH. Yes, na social media.
Yes.
And when behavior go tell you say yes, this particular person is not sober. You know, so I believe say now some of them reasons they will feed for not get this kind of epidemic in the country. So as a government, now the issues they are we for address just like how Mr. Usman talk conditional. We got to make sure say we address some of the problem where they make them people that not get anything for resort to other than now for begin to KUSH as something where they see say now they hope and where they end up for destroy their life, where they end up for cost the nation deadly, where they end up for impact you in a negative way. I believe say now the issues and they we for address. The state of emergency, not get me wrong, now for sure say they're not able to control the situation again. They don't let them to a point wherein it don't become uncontrollable. So, but as Osman talk, we get to go back to certain institutions, drug agencies, hospitals, rehabilitation centers. Now, they want to get for look up to wait for help, provide them with the necessary resources they would need for make sure say they address this issue, or if not, they capable for wreak more havoc in our nation.
Thank you, Mr. Hallowell. There's so many ways we could go with this, but it really they speak to we healthcare and the state of we healthcare. KUSH and addressing KUSH require um, a well coordinated um, mental health and physical health um, um, intervention for we make any meaningful impact. Um, I want for ask una believe say we country able for deal with this KUSH epidemic within we existing healthcare system. Mr. Kamar.
Valda, I think say first of all, if we control that formaldehyde, that embalming fluid, right? If we would are the importer now, would are they in charge of that? Would I get more choice than I? Then get for put a hold on that for letting control that first. The Ministry of Health can do their own part. And if the leaders have really passion about stopping this, they can. Making laws is one area. Making policies is another area. Funding facilities is another area. But having people with passion also to help these youth is another area. And stopping the distributors. It don't matter if now you fumble. If you see them, you know, in my village, at the build school. Then they tell me, say, somebody in my village, where they sell KUSH. Now I call the person. I said, the day where I hear you sell KUSH, me the build school, you they sell KUSH, me you don't want to assist. Now me say they go arrest you. And they make sure and lock you up. Because you're not going to develop, you they destroy. So when they exist in the same village, that person is stopped immediately. You understand? The country get a way for stop this. First of all, then chemically, somebody the importer. Who is bringing it in the country? Let the local content, they can still get a tax force where they go after them. But then formaldehyde, they know that Salon they manufacture on the whole. Then they pull on some side. And they pass through whose side? The border. Which border? We get the Atlantic Ocean, so they come Wataki. We get Guinea, Liberia. We get borders there. So something is coming through. Who is in charge of the border control? And the manufacturing farms, where are they manufacturing these things locally? In which community? But if all the communities stand up say, you know they build a building now. When they manufacture KUSH now, when they agree, it will stop. And the distributors, who is distributing it? Who is selling it in your neighborhood? That you know. Stop it. You can rise up and stop KUSH in your community. Then we need the medical people that will know about detox and all that stuff. They know how to do all that, and they then create a facility. We don't go carry them people how they do them here for detox them and treat them. It's an epidemic. It's a sickness. It's addictive. You know, it's an addiction. You know, and because of all the frustration, people then find a way for just make them feel say when they take drugs or stuff like that, go lessen their load. And now they get addicted. Now it don't become an epidemic. So me feel say if the government really, honestly, seriously, serious about healing this, not only this time we see KUSH. Yeah? What are they bringing on car? There are rumors. And there's some truth in the rumors. Let God help we country. Let we people and get, let not greed, man. You sell KUSH, you build big house, and then the poor man and they die. Then you sit down. Anyway, it can be handled if the government is intentional and they are ready to do it. Okay? You target the importers, the borders, the distributors, the manufacturers, and then you create a facility to rehabilitate and help these people. You create policies. State of emergency, I beg to differ. There's a political motivation behind it. But Lord, we go see. Yeah?
Thank you, Mr. Kamara. Mr. Hallowell. I want ask you to answer the same question, please.
Yes, I'll continue for Bill on waiting Brother Usman say that one question I'll ask, will not get a substance control policy that we can left any kind chemical or medication for just infiltrate to nation like that. I think so we're not in the way the government need to pay attention to. Given the current situation, and then you look at the structures, it tells you that they're not able. They're not able because wherein policies they monitoring they effective monitoring they with that formally high day or what we can call formally that we're not supposed to go out from when I'm in small now I don't care about formalin. Say this and they use for preserve corpses.
Dead body.
Yes. So therefore, nothing and the way they go to we're not for go to the next man. And I remember I think when I'm in small I listen to one story where one man in the audited is sick, they cancel this dispenser they get injection. Anytime how the dispenser get injection, they feel okay, go now. So when they come, they made the dispenser an assistant, they made the dispenser himself. And the dispenser tell us they need to give injection. So and not go, you see don't. So a beg when the dispenser don't go out, now I beg the dispenser an assistant, say, do I beg? Today I you must not give me injection. I want to give me injection. Not knowing say this is not formalin and this man may get by the side. Instead he just got this formalin, he give this man. On the spot, the man passed away.
Ouch.
Yeah, it happened at Sierra Leone. Then tell them they hold me small. Somewhere in Kenema. In fact, that was a national issue. So I mean, don't know, say, like, not to think this way. Anybody when I'm living Mortimer supposed to get business with. You know, then again, you look at the dead bones where people like, seriously, you want for leave already with life expectancy in the country, they down there. Then KUSH don't come back, they ravage them. You know, it's terrible. We suppose forget agencies that we suppose for, you know, up the game. Then for up the game and the monitoring process for make sure see this substance not go out to people in will not deserve forget them. Like the standards bureau, then they check for everything where they cancel in that country, whether on medication, whether on food, everything where they cancel. So I believe so that's need for up the game and only top there. But the Ministry of Health, this agency na New England, we're responsible for medication, where they order most of the drugs and the procurement.
Pharmaceutical.
Yeah. All of the agencies they are there for make sure so they coordinate amongst themselves and ensure say this drug not go to the hands of rogues. Because when it go to the hands of rogues, it will go out there. Because you know the levels of poverty don't make some of it all lost integrity.
I tell you.
Out of all play. I can't believe I will go sell formalin for 10,000 no more. I go destroy so many lives just because I want that 10,000. I get for take and go smoke cigarettes or I get for take and go buy food. You dey eat that food, whose kind of conscience will you get? You see the level of destruction this thing they get like nation. So the agencies that were responsible where they control the drug and related agencies and from the standard bureau when they hear the cancer in this country, we believe everything for go through the standard bureau. And then for able to determine say, yes, this good, this is not good. But in a case where they determine say this is good and it's useful for the country, then therefore make sure say when they transfer to the Ministry of Health or the other related agencies then they under proper monitoring. We will able to begin for stem the epidemic. I believe say where there is a will, there is a way. But let's take the fact these institutions under this current government, they don't woefully fail me. They need for be restructured, they need for be revamped, and then manage the need for be revised, for make sure say they're able to control this epidemic in the country. If not, we the head for doom. every
Thank you.
family affected. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. When I go back to just the way the whole, first of all, we already don't talk, see, the declaration of a state of emergency get political motivations. It could serve to kind of say, hey, this thing is out of control, but you get political motivations. But waiting for me, also striking. Now, the official then, we actually table the topic na parliament. It was tabled by the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice. Then they tell me, see, the approach is one of law enforcement as opposed to a health care approach. I think it's quite telling that no health officer was part of that tabling of the idea of a state of emergency. The Minister of Health wasn't mentioned as one of those who was part of the tabling of this topic. No one in healthcare was mentioned as part of the responsible parties for bringing this to the parliament. I wonder how UNA go interpret something like this. And I will start with you, Mr. Kamar.
Valda, when you look at, first of all, according to the Constitution, a state of emergency, what happened during a state of emergency? What happened? We all know what that they mean. It's just, again, we're looking for avenues to take advantage of a situation and create political stuff out of it and take it to the advantage, and again, for the masses to suffer. A state of emergency, that's a big thing, according to the Constitution. And there's a lot that can happen, there's in a state of emergency. But like we say, this is not a medical crisis. Yes, we should create a task force of law enforcement officers to go out in the community and chase the bad guys, yes. But a state of emergency in Sierra Leone, with this kind of political tension, there's a lot that can come out of that. I don't want to read too much into it, but according to the Constitution, state of emergency, when you declare them, you got an open field to play, and a lot of things will come. Below the go no more. But I don't see Usai KUSH epidemic for become a state of emergency if we're able to handle some of them things we don't talk about today. You know, from the medical side, from the law enforcement side, but you never go to the far state of emergency. I mean, there've always been drug users in Sierra Leone. Okay, there've always been people abusing drugs in Sierra Leone, right? But this particular drug and the things that when it's used for makeup, the particular institution that we're in charge of them things here. But then for find another way for doing not a state of emergency, but there are other ways they can do and this for this is a wickedness no more. You know, but let's be honest. A state of emergency, according to the Constitution, a lot of things can happen and then blame on the state of emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Kamar. Okay, Mr. Hallowell, I'll give you a couple of minutes for respond to that thoughts they were raised.
Yeah. I think it tells you about this philosophy and practice of square pegs in round holes. Yeah. The Attorney General, Minister of Justice, I don't think say that I'm in the right people. But again, when we serve at my government as Sierra Leone, you know, we get for be try for be forward, we get for try for be forthwith. I believe that them for them to tell the president to say yes, even though we are serving at your own pleasure, but then this is an issue for the Ministry of Health. And then also there is a National Drug Control Agency.
Yeah.
The SLP, just like how Mega talker, that you get a task force which don't consist of the National Drug Control, the SLP, the ONS, Office of National Security, So I believe say even if I don't form the appropriate task force for come up with policies and procedures as to how them if tackle the issue. But if an attorney general and and then the Minister of Justice they go table an important issue like that, I don't think say it will make much impact. But just as I'm get talker, I still try for question why a state of emergency under this issue when we get appropriate MDAs, ministry and departments and agencies them, would they women for don't come together for handle this issue.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Well, me family, want tell una all plenty thank you. Una don't do with we. The topic has been so engaging that at some point I forget for let we go to the announcements. So I will take a couple of minutes now. Let we go and listen to some announcements.
For quality education, for your child award, Leon International Academy is your best bet. The school offers quality education from daycare to nursery, primary, junior and senior secondary levels. At Leon International Academy, the pupils get the best from a pool of well-trained and qualified teachers. The notch about the school is that French is compulsory from classes 3 to SSS levels. Computer studies from nursery to SSS levels. The school provides well-structured, ventilated and spacious classrooms with adequate seating accommodation. Bus services provided to and from strategic points negotiated by both parents and administration. Leon International Academy has an ultra-modern laboratory and state-of-the-art IT facilities. The school also has a standardized and modernized boarding hub for both boys and girls. Bring your child award to Leon International Academy at Momo Drive, Juba. For more information, please call 079-549-080 or 078-603-506 or 078-369-919. We offer both WAS and IGCS curriculum in Freetown. The Leon International Academy has a branch at Mosuba, Makeni with similar facilities. So in Makeni, enroll your children from nursery, primary to JSSS levels. In Makeni, please contact the following numbers: 076 748 702 or 077 802 580 or 079 549 080 or 076 622 999. Leon International Academy is the best school in town.
Thank you so much, listeners and viewers. We don't come close to the end of the show, and I want for just give we panelists there a couple of minutes each for give we then closing statement. With respect to we know say we deny they listen to the Unifier Hour. We know say when I can reach we on all of our social media platform them. The Unifier is Dr. Richard Conte. We all know that. And we deny today they listen to the Unifier Hour. Unfortunately, Dr. Conte not able to join we at this session. But we know say he will join we next week, God willing. So Mr. Kamar, I want to make you give you closing statement, give you we viewer them and we listen to them. You goodbye for today.
Fumble them. I tell God thank you and tell them all thank you for listening to this program today. This program very passionate to me. I appreciate your time. But Sierra Leone, there is not much to write home about. But we're going to continue for love we country, do we own part, play we own position, let all man swim in their own lane. Whatever you're able to do them for Mama Salon. Not focus too much on the political parties. Focus on the country as a whole. It no matter what tribe you dey, Mende, Limba, Timni, Loko, Kanko, it no matter. Salon, we all know one people, right? So we Now the unifier, we believe in unity. Unity. So we want to unify everybody, no matter what region, no matter what tribe. Let's unite as Sierra Leoneans. Again, this KUSH, Lord pray to God, but Lord put action on with faith. Let us have champion with communities, and let we discourage the manufacturers and the distributors in our neighborhood. Let we play with position. When the ball come, let we will kick them. Again, I tell you, thank you. God bless you now. Look forward to hearing you again next week, the Unifier Hour.
Thank you, Mr. Kamar. Mr. Hallowell, I think you did mute. We're not hearing you. Try again. No, we're not hearing you. You look on your screen if you did mute. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not able for Yeri, Mr. Hallowell. I hope say he go try again and see if he able for come and give you a brief goodbye. Mr. Hallowell, I give one more opportunity. We still can't hear him. Okay, mi fambude, I want to tell una thank you for una time, una commitment for come listen to the Unifier Hour. We know say where we can kanaya plenty time we get Dr. Richard Conte, the Unifier himself. We can come for can talk to we. I want to go out on a limb naya and say with all of them the few positives order here today of Salon at 63 and the myriad of problems we don't discuss today. I want to go out on a limb and tell you, say Dr. Richard Conte, now one person we in a position of leadership leading the country, this could be the kind thing that we go tackle head on. Dr. Conte not to the kind person where they go beyond for deal with issues. Now a go-getter, now a planner, now a person where don't show proven results. And I can guarantee you and I say one of the very strong aim there for Salon. Now for see Salon improve governance. And we talk about improved governance, not only waiting the people that they do now each individual ministry. Now how the good governance they translate into better everyday life and living circumstances for the general population. But by God power, next week when Dr. Conte join we go get in for Giwi in your own statement directly from the horse's mouth. I want to say thank you to everybody we join me today. We invite you now for join me back next weekend at the same time, same place. And in the meantime, I want to say have a good rest of the weekend. Thank you.